Okay, so let's do some simple functions, and for the purposes of your lab, you're interested in taking the mean or the average, the median, and the standard deviation. So let's see how you do that in Excel. So we're going to use one of the sample data files that you have in your lab sheet as well, or your lab data set, the TA sample sheet. So across the top are your different columns, which are your different variables, and then each row is a different observation. So let's say we wanted to take the average value of the CM3 down shortwave average variable over the entire length of this data. So the best thing to do is to go down to the bottom to where there's an empty space, and there's two ways you can do this. So functions, you always start with an equal sign. That's how you tell Excel that you want to perform some sort of a function. So I happen to know that the function name that I want to make it do what the mean or the average in Excel is called average. So if I just type average here and I put the open bracket, now I can specify which rows I want, or which rows and columns I want. So if I click and then drag all the way up, I get F3 to F27, and I hit enter, and it'll finish it for me. So here's my average over that time. Now what I can also do, if I want to apply the same thing to the column beside it, I can go to the bottom right corner here. You notice the cursor changes to this black cross. Hold down my left click button and then drag it over, and it will also, it's smart in that it'll apply the average to the next column. So there's another way to do this, and this is with the function button up here. And this is handy when you aren't sure exactly what the name of the function is that you need to do it. So say I needed to do the standard deviation of the H column here, and I'm not quite sure what the name of the function is, so I can go down here. Usually they start with the letters that you expect them to. So here's STDEV. This is standard deviation. This is what I want. So I can click this, I can click OK, and it will ask me which columns, or sorry, which rows and which columns that I want to take the standard deviation over. So if I click here, and this time I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to click on the last one, so that will do the same thing as dragging will do, and I click OK. So here's my standard deviation of all the rows in that column.